where he was a passenger. In May of 2015, the ATF found 2 stolen rifles from the burglary and from a cooperating witness who told them that Stockton had given the guns to him and his father. The United States says they were prepared to present evidence at trial, including video surveillance recorded the day before the burglary, showing a person fitting the description of Stockton taking photos with his cell phone of the firearms that were later stolen. Additional video surveillance captures an individual believed to be Stockton reaching down from the ceiling, removing long guns, then dropping into the store, breaking a glass case, and stealing 5 handguns. Valued at just under $6,500, Stockton is required to pay restitution for the stolen firearms. Stockton had prior felony convictions related to gun thefts. Stockton was sentenced to 8 years and 4 months in prison. There is no parole in the federal system. It's 7:17 a.m. on this Thursday morning, still just 22 degrees.
Some people struggle with eating when they have tooth problems, but Carl Richardson of Summershade could eat.
No, I usually could eat about anything, but it was hard to eat. Okay. That was the problem.
So how did this problem happen?
Well, I had an auto accident about 40 years ago. I never got them fixed. Well, I did get it fixed, but it was just a temporary thing in there.
Temporary?
Well, I knew it was going to have to be done, but I was putting it off until something happened.
Something did happen.
I think that was biting into something. Well, it broke off.
So Carl turned to Dr. Jim Thurman at Glasgow Dental Care and found out what he'd been missing.
I should have done it a long time ago, but everything comes together the way it should.
Dental implants were a great choice. Dr. Thurman and his staff developed treatment plans to install dental implants. Everything was explained. The staff was friendly and caring, and it made his life much simpler. In fact, he sums it up this way.
Oh, yes, this is great.
Don't put it off any longer. Glasgow Dental Care. Doctors Thurman, Cassidy, and Riley.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
In more local news, West Central Kentucky gas prices have increased by about 10 cents to $2.52 a gallon this week, according to AAA East Central's fuel gauge report. Statewide, gas is about 4 cents more over the week. Now, gas inventories bumped up 875,000 barrels to push levels to 56 million. Regional refinery utilization rates increased 92%. The national gas average has increased for the 6th consecutive week, landing today's national average at 261. Every motorist in the country is paying more at the pump year over year. On the week, U.S. consumer gas demand hit 9 million barrels a day. Now, when it comes to local averages for 1 gallon of regular unleaded, Munfordville and Horse Cave come in with the lowest at $2.44. $2.44 a gallon. When it comes to local averages for 1 gallon of regular unleaded, Munfordville and Horse Cave both come in with the lowest at $2.44. Glasgow is a couple cents higher at $2.46. Cave City, Park City, Smiths Grove, Edmonton, and Bowling Green, along with Brownsville, are all at $2.49. It's a tie for the highest average between Tompkinsville and Scottsville, where motorists are paying $2.54 a gallon. Growing up with a mom or dad behind bars is a reality for almost 33,000 kids in Kentucky. A report released yesterday examines ways to reduce the impacts of parental incarceration on these kids. An issue brief from Kentucky Youth Advocates and the Blueprint for Kentucky's Children shows 3 out of every 5 people in state custody have kids, including 71% of women. Justice and Public Safety Cabinet Secretary John Tilley says incarceration tears families apart and it traumatizes children.
Just the interruption in care, the inability to meet basic needs, the lack of contact between a parent and child has an incredible impact on the kids and our systems. There's the human cost, and then there's an incredible fiscal cost.
According to the brief, many parents who are behind bars are serving time for low-level crimes. Tilly contends criminal reforms are needed to help keep families whole, such as releasing those charged with low-level offenses before trial, so parents can work and take care of their kids. More than 60% of Kentucky women currently locked up are there for low-level drug or property crimes. Tilly says those cases can be handled in other ways.
We can seek alternatives to preserve the bonds between mother and child. We can do better to maximize contact if someone does have to be incarcerated. And certainly there are any number of ways that we can treat the problem with a public health approach rather than a criminal justice hammer.
Suggestions offered in the brief include focusing incarceration on those who pose a serious threat to public safety while expanding substance abuse treatment in the community, and also minimizing financial barriers that make it difficult for parents to support their children upon release from prison. Right now it's 7:23 a.m. on this Thursday morning, still a very chilly 22 degrees.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
It's been another great week to be a Scottie. Congratulations to the GHS academic team for capturing their 7th consecutive District 14th title on Saturday. The Scotties were overall team champions in both future problem solving and quick recall, and individual Scotties placed 15th out of 18 possible positions. Attention seniors, new local scholarships have been posted to the scholarship website. A few hard copies are in the college hallway. Attention juniors, applications for Murray State's Commonwealth Honors Academy are now available online. See the informational poster in the college hallway. In sports news, all boys and girls tennis players for the 2018 season should turn in the player information and code of conduct form to the office and pick up the guidelines, practice, and match schedules. Please do this by Friday, February 2nd. Congratulations to the Scotties basketball team and the Lady Scotties basketball team for their wins over Warren East this week. The Lady Scotties will host Casey County tonight starting at 5:30. The Scotties and Lady Scotties will visit Logan County on Saturday and Metcalfe County on Tuesday. Good luck, Scotties. This has been McKay Bowles for this week's Scottie Report. Shine on, Scotties, and stay true to the blue.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Ed Huckleberry. A year after a big change was made to Kentucky's medical malpractice system, lawmakers are considering a bill to make additional changes.
The bill advanced by a Senate committee would place caps on a plaintiff's attorney's fees in malpractice cases. It would prohibit expressions of sympathy from being used against a healthcare provider in malpractice claims. Republican Senator Ralph Alvarado, a doctor, says his bill would bring Kentucky's system in line with malpractice laws in other states. Democratic Senator Reginald Meeks opposed the bill, saying it's designed to protect healthcare providers and discourage lawyers from taking malpractice cases. Last year, lawmakers revised the malpractice system by creating panels of medical providers to review claims before cases go to court. I'm Paul Miles.
Senate leaders in Washington say a significant bipartisan agreement on a 2-year budget deal is being struck.
The compromise we've reached will ensure that for the first time in years, our armed forces will have more of the resources they need to keep America safe.
Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says the deal will boost defense spending. Some people are upset about a perceived lack of transparency in negotiations of future energy production at Owensboro Municipal Utilities. The City Utility Commission held its 7th closed-door session in the last 5 months yesterday. Officials say the meetings are needed to talk about proposals they've received from energy producers. A crash in Owen County leaves 3 people dead. State Trooper Stephen Dykes.
There was 1 occupant in one vehicle and 2 occupants in the other. None at this time have been identified.
It was a head-on collision involving 2 cars. One of them burst into flames. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Who will be the future face of PEDIGO-LESSENBERRY? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU PEDIGO-LESSENBERRY Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU PEDIGO-LESSENBERRY Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Let's turn to local sports. High school basketball tonight. The Glasgow Lady Scotties will travel to Hart County tonight for a freshman varsity doubleheader. Begins at 5:30. Joe Myers and Bruce Tribune on the air live for the varsity game about 6:45 tonight on 1490 WCLU. Online at playwclu.com, and those attending the game will be able to tune in to our broadcast inside of the gym only at WCLU Sports Plus at 97.3. Also in girls action tonight, Greenwood entertains Butler County, and girl-boy doubleheaders, Allen County Scottsville hosts Metcalfe County, and South Warren will welcome Franklin Simpson. The 19th Annual Caverna Super Show Live UCW Pro Wrestling Annual Fundraiser for the Caverna High School boys basketball team and the baseball team will be held at Caverna Gym this coming Saturday evening at 7:30 p.m. Tickets may be purchased from any team member or at the school office during the school hours. Call for info at 606-813-0235. And that's a check of local sports.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Hey everybody, Wes Royce out here at Ralphie's Fun Center where we're gearing up for Mardi Gras. That's right, it is Fat Saturday this Saturday. A parade at 2, a parade at 6, and then the ultimate cosmic parade at 9 p.m. It's the most family-friendly Mardi Gras you can attend, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. They're going to be giving out prizes all day long, beads, crazy stuff. It's a parade all day long. Come check it out at Ralphie's Fun Center this Saturday, Fat Saturday. Going to be a great time.
BR Tire. We're always on call and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire. On Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Gadget today.
Yeah, that's a neat place down there, too. They know a whole lot about a whole lot, and they can help you with a whole lot at Gadget Patchers. Check them out today. We got, you heard the Ralphie's commercial, and you heard about what's happening at Ralphie's, and that's going to be fun, the big Fat Saturday event. But one more thing Ralphie's is associated with is we got to tell you about the birthdays and the wedding anniversaries in behalf of Ralphie's Fun Center. Boy, do they know how to have fun, even on Fat Saturday. We've got Elizabeth Libby Pruitt Short. We sounded a gong in her honor this morning. She's 50 today. Miranda Depp has a birthday. Robert Whitlow. John Cummings. Pete Jesse. Pete's 87. Tammy Ruth Oakes. Alec Hatcher is 16. Susan Shirley. Ephraim Wood is 10. Alex Matthews is 28. Stephanie Keys is 35 today. We also have, Margie Simpson. Miss Margie has a birthday today. It's Martha Blakely celebrating today, too. Anniversary for Donnie and Denise Bowles. How about that? It's a good part of the day here. 651-9149-800-956-1023. Online here from WCLUradio.com for birthdays and anniversaries. And don't forget, somebody's going to win a birthday cake from Dairy Queen today. So get those names in there of folks who would qualify. And we're also going to draw for a really nice rose. Actually, it's not just a nice rose. It's a beautiful rose. We're talking about a rose from Greer's Florist. So get that information.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's
3 degrees.
What will you begin in 2018? A big clean out of
career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Remember FDIC.
All right, here we are at 7:34 at WCLU. I need to jump in here and remind you about the weather forecast. That's right. I got behind or ahead. What did I do? I want to get Ray in here one more time to kind of give you the update on how the weather forecast is shaping up for today. Ray?
Some clouds hanging in early this morning. Otherwise, we've got dry weather settling in, milder weather on the way, and more rain, too, to boot. Right now, I would start making plans for the weekend that include indoor stuff. Early next week, we might have to deal with a little bit more wintry precip. Stay tuned. Some clouds this morning, otherwise sunshine, and 42 this afternoon, 8 below average. Tonight, mainly clear and cold, 30. Not as cold as this morning. Partial clouds around tomorrow, up near 60. Rain will start rolling in tomorrow night. Cloudy with rain Saturday, highs low 50s. Lingering showers on Sunday, mid-40s, and maybe some mixed precipitation early Monday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Citizens First has a great opportunity for you to grow your hard-earned money. With as little as $500, Citizens First's limited-time 18-month certificate of deposit with an annual percentage yield of 2.01% APY will get your money working for you. Stop by any branch today to learn more. Citizens First Bank. Come grow with us.
Yield effective Friday, January 26, 2018. Substantial penalty for early withdrawal. Not valid with any other promotional rate, CD offer, special product discounts, or coupons. Public funds or other municipal accounts excluded. Rate subject to change. Member FDIC.
Good morning, friends. It would seem that society's in a mad rush most of the time, and yet we often have to wait endlessly for many simple services. Phone calls for service get a promise but no return call. Visits to hospitals are sometimes frustrating as one is told to be there at a certain time and then will end up waiting endless hours for surgery or doctor's care. Hurry up and wait seems to be the order of the day, just like the military experience of many who were ordered to hurry and then waited in a seemingly eternal line for some appointment or event. All of this was and is frustrating and annoying. We want people to return our calls, answer their mail, and keep their appointments. We should and they should. Now, there is one area where hurry up and wait is the best policy, and that's the submission to and following of Jesus as Lord. We can never give ourselves to Christ too soon. One day He'll come again to take His people home and judge the world. It's imperative that we be ready. Why are you waiting? We know not when Jesus will return. Readiness is essential, or judgment will be sure. Once we are ready for the return of Jesus, our privilege is to wait patiently for His return, for Him to take us home. During the time, we can glorify His name by the way we live. This is Danny White for the Refuge Church of Christ.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
From around the world and up the street, we look for news that won't make the headlines, but it doesn't mean it's not news.
And it's my favorite part of the news.
In the tidbit news department here today. All right, let's see. You got that? What kind of hat is that you have on up there?
A toboggan.
Okay, nothing, no like fancy toboggan, just a good old toboggan.
I got it at Lids in the mall.
Yeah.
It's just Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
Just because they have all those Kentucky players.
It looks warm.
Yeah, it's cold in this building, so I put it on.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's certainly acceptable. That's within the rules. All right, let's look at the tidbit news here. Just a few little things.
It's been a while since I reviewed the official dress policy at WCLU.
Yeah, we have one, but we lost it. Actually, we dropped it.
Okay.
All right. So here we go with some tidbit news. Story number 1. Prosecutors, Wes, over in South Carolina, have dropped charges against a woman who had been accused of dressing up as a dinosaur and scaring 2 carriage horses in Charleston.
No harm, no foul.
Well, but if you go to Charleston, one of the things you expect to do is to ride in a carriage, horse-drawn carriage. So why this woman would dress up as a dinosaur to scare the horses, I don't know. Local media reported that Charleston City prosecutors on Wednesday dropped the charges of disorderly conduct and wearing a mask on a public street against Nicole Wells of Charleston. Ms. Wells had been arrested after someone wearing a Tyrannosaurus Rex outfit stepped in front of a carriage hauling 16 sightseers last May and growled.
And I guarantee you, it was probably the highlight of their day.
Now, you know, Hank, we asked Hank, hey, Hank, how's the dinosaur go? And he goes, rawr. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is the same noise he makes when you ask him to show him his muscles.
Yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, the T-Rex scared the 16 sightseers there, and the charge is disorderly conduct. Some people could have gotten hurt, though, depending on how the horses reacted.
You know, some people just have a thing for doing that, those pranks and scaring people. You and I both remember Uncle Hollis.
Yeah?
He had a knack for that.
Hollis Johnson.
Yep.
Longtime employee of Houchins Food Stores.
That's right.
And an all-around good guy.
And could scare you
That's
anytime.
Right. He could. The carriage operator fell out of the carriage when the horses backed up and the wheels broke the man's right foot. Mm-hmm. None of the passengers were hurt. Prosecutors did not explain their decision to drop the charges. Palmetto Carriage Works General Manager Tommy Doyle says the company is considering a lawsuit against Ms. Wells. So, okay, let's do this. You got 16 people who came to see the beauty of our city. Let's scare the horses to death.
There's a lot of people on the internet wearing those dinosaur.
Oh, is it?
It's like a thing that people do.
Well, I miss most of those things.
You won't catch me doing it.
The story number 2. This is a story this might be more on your line here, or maybe not. Well, actually, let me scratch that whole thing. None of this is on your line, but it's just something I think you'll see. This will be more funny to you than the dinosaur person. Okay.
All right.
The taste of.
I'm really intrigued with
well
that intro,
here.
you know.
The taste of sweet freedom was not enough for one escaped convict in Connecticut. He presumably needed a Whopper, too.
Yeah, of course.
His
Probably
name
been a while.
His name is Jerry Mercado. He's 25. He escaped from the Robinson Correctional Institute in Enfield in early January. Almost immediately, he made his way to a Burger King 3.5 miles away.
Yeah.
According to court documents obtained by this TV station, Mr. Mercado, who has since been apprehended, initially escaped on January the 7th via an unlocked door in his dormitory unit. He then scaled the fence and hid underneath a car parked at the prison. An hour later, he was spotted on the surveillance camera at a Enfield Burger King.
King of the mess hall.
Still wearing his prison attire.
You know, I mean,
where a Burger King customer offered to purchase his lunch.
I want to meet that guy.
That's right. So hey, you look like you're down on your luck a little bit here. You got you got these chains and stuff. Let me buy your lunch.
It's National Buy an Inmate Lunch Day.
He also used that same customer's phone to call his mother.
Hey, Mama.
He told her that he'd been released from prison. So she came to retrieve him, allowed him to change clothes, and brought him to Hartford, Connecticut.
Wow.
Corrections officers realized that Mr. Mercado was missing around 3 hours after he first escaped. Mercado's own mother, suspecting something was amiss, had also called the prison to report that her son was out of jail about an hour after the prison staff noticed him missing.
Yeah.
But he was hung up on by an employee. What? We can't deal with escaped prisoners today.
That's so funny.
After 10 days on the lam, Mr. Mercado was apprehended in Canton, Georgia, and subsequently returned to prison in Connecticut.
I still want to know what was going through the guy's mind that bought him lunch. He saw him in his jail clothes.
Hey, I feel bad for you. Let me buy your lunch.
When's the last time you had a Whopper?
That's right. It's been a while. Anyway, a Google, that's another story right there. He was out for 10 days, and but now he's back in court and back in jail.
Do you want to upsize that to
Somebody
a large?
needs to drop him a Whopper by every so often.
Do you want to upsize that to a large?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's buying. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just got out of jail.
Ask him. I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not going to.
I'll take one of them tokens for the free ice cream after I finish, too.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
That's great.
All right. And finally, one real quick story right here, just because it's Olympic related. Barely Olympic related, but nonetheless. You know how you can get on Google and you hit you hit this button that says you can translate something? The Google Translator?
Right.
Well, a Google Translate error has resulted in Norway's Olympic team getting 15,000 eggs. Norway's team chefs were compiling a grocery list for its Olympics athletes. And due to a language barrier, the chefs used Google Translate to help them order the eggs from a Korean grocery store. But when truckloads full of eggs showed up at Norway's camp shortly after the transaction, the chefs quickly realized there was an error in the translation through Google.
What was it supposed to be?
Well, it's supposed to be, I wish you hadn't asked that because I have it right here. I have the original translation is, "O lernen bestilte 1,500 eggs gjennom at overset via Google Translate. Men det slå file 15.000 ble levert på dora."
So they missed it by 13,500 eggs.
So what happened was, rather than ordering 1,500 eggs, the chefs ordered 15,000, which is equivalent to 1,250 cartons.
So you're saying when they just showed up with all those eggs?
They brought them, yeah. Had several semis full of eggs.
That's when they figured it out? Because if I'm the egg company, I'm thinking, maybe I ought to call ahead.
Yes, I said, wait a minute here.
I happen to be bringing 15,000 eggs.
Yeah, and how many times do you sell 15,000 eggs to one person?
I don't know.
Anyway.
That's a lot of eggs.
Fortunately, the chefs will be able to return the 13,500 eggs that they received back to the grocery store. And these Norwegian Olympiads will, still have plenty for omelets.
The chickens were working overtime that day, I tell you.
That's right. Okay, so there we have it. Little food news there. Little Burger King out of prison. Little chickens at the Olympics.
Uh-huh.
And, just little things here to tell you about.
I'd like to do the commercial for that egg company.
Yeah.
It would be good. What's cracking?
Yeah. What is it? Eggland's Best?
Egg Olympic.
Yeah, that's right.
Egg Olympic food delivery.
Well, that's what we have in the way of tidbit news for today.
I was going to eat breakfast, but now I'm like, 15,000 eggs. I'm starting to sound like a Joseph A. Wade commercial.
Yeah, but you can actually get on there and say, look, I'm going to have at least one.
And I may just wait on the Whopper.
And that's tidbit news.
Hey, but by the way, if you think about it, the closest restaurant to our jail is Burger King.
That's right. So it could be some, that would be the first place to go.
Yeah. And I tell you, there's a program out in it's in Whitesburg.
Uh-huh.
A radio show out there. I found it online one day, and they've got like a state or like a federal jail up there.
Uh-huh.
And they actually have a radio show where the family members of the inmates call in to deliver messages to the inmates.
Well,
so you
can probably
you got to think. By the way, I'm gonna be at Burger King at about 3 o'clock on Tuesday.
If you want to come by, hint.
Bring a change of clothes.
That's right. Tidbit news. You can't beat it. And we'll try some more tomorrow, okay?
I'm Roxanne Cloyd, also known as the noodle floating, calorie drowning, water weightlifting, woohoo yelling, floor balancing H2O aerobics instructor. As you probably guessed, that means I'm the splashing H2O instructor, Aqua Emotion, and we have lots of fun. If you have aches and pains in your joints, my class at Extreme Health Club is where you need to be. It's soothing to your body, and it's important that you don't throw in the towel, you dry off with it after a fun splashing H2O class at Extreme Health Club. Everything is more fun when it's in the water. Call me now. Classes fill up quickly. 651-3036.
You may already know about the EPB's Roundup program, where you can round your electric bill up to the nearest dollar, and that money goes to community relief to help those who are